What if I told you that paradise isn't one place, but 50? That across this planet, there are beaches so unreal, so breathtaking, they look like scenes from dreams you forgot you had. From turquoise waters kissing untouched sand to secret shores hidden by cliffs and jungle, these are the world's most stunning beaches, each one ready to leave you breathless. Number 1. Whitehaven Beach, Australia. Nestled in the heart of the Whitsundays, Whitehaven Beach is a swirl of pure white silica sand and water that shifts from sapphire to turquoise with every movement of the sun. The sand here is so soft, it squeaks beneath your feet. There are no hotels, no vendors, no noise, just the sound of the ocean breathing. Aboriginal Australians consider this land sacred, a place where sea spirits gather. Visitors arrive by boat, helicopter, or seaplane, often just for a few hours, but its silence lingers long after you leave. Number 2. Anse Source d'Argent, Seychelles. This is the beach that launched 1,000 screensavers. Massive granite boulders, smooth as sculpture, rise from soft pink sand and frame the slow, shallow tides of the Indian Ocean. Located on Ladigue Island, Anse Source d'Argent feels like a dream made solid. Locals greet you with fruit, spice-scented breezes, and stories of island life passed down through generations. The water is so calm and clear, even the fish seem to float in slow motion. Beneath palm shade, sip fresh coconut and let the rhythm of the waves undo every knot in your soul. Number 3. Navagio Beach, Greece. Also known as Shipwreck Beach, Navagio is hidden within towering limestone cliffs on the coast of Zakynthos. Only accessible by boat, it opens suddenly, a small cove of glowing turquoise water and white pebbled sand, with the rusted skeleton of a smuggler's ship resting like a monument to mystery. From the top of the cliffs, the view is endless. But down on the beach, time feels paused. The salt air, the hush of waves, the echo of distant laughter, it's the Mediterranean at its most raw and romantic. Number 4. Grace Bay, Turks and Caicos. If perfection had a shoreline, it would look like Grace Bay. With powder-fine sand and water that melts from clear to turquoise in shallow gradients, this beach is known for being almost too flawless. No rocks. No seaweed. No current. Just stillness. Resorts line the bay, but nothing feels overbuilt. Evenings bring pastel sunsets and beach bonfires where conch fritters sizzle and reggae whispers through the palms. Grace Bay doesn't just relax you. It resets you. Number 5. Baía do Sancho, Brazil. Hidden on Fernando de Noronha, an island off Brazil's coast, Baía do Sancho is not easy to reach. You climb down metal ladders wedged into cliffs, hike jungle paths, and finally step onto golden sand embraced by volcanic walls. But the effort? Worth it. Dolphins play in the waves. Turtles glide in from the reefs. The water is so clear you can see fish dancing below even before you dive in. Locals protect this bay fiercely, limiting visitor numbers and guarding its peace like treasure. Number 6. El Nido, Philippines. Tucked away on the northern tip of Palawan, El Nido is a maze of limestone cliffs that rise straight out of jade-colored water. The beaches here are secretive, found only by boat, tucked into coves where waves echo like whispers. Shimmering lagoons invite you to glide between narrow rock walls. Locals greet you with mango shakes and grilled seafood fresh from the ocean. El Nido feels like a dream unfolding slowly, one island at a time. Number 7. Reynosa Beach, Iceland. There is no soft sand or warm breeze here. Instead, Reynosa is raw power and dark beauty. Black volcanic sand stretches beneath towering basalt columns that look like organ pipes carved by giants. Waves crash with thunder and seabirds circle the cliffs like spirits. Icelandic legends say trolls were turned to stone trying to drag ships ashore. It is not a place to sunbathe. It is a place to stand in awe and feel the earth breathe. Number 8. Lanikai Beach, Hawaii, USA. On the island of Oahu, Lanikai means heavenly sea, and it lives up to its name. The water glows in shades of blue that seem impossible, the sand is fine and pale as sugar, and offshore lie the Mokulua Islands, perfect in symmetry. At sunrise, Locals gather to paddleboard as the sky blazes orange. There are no big hotels, only palm trees and peace. And if you sit still enough, you will hear the ocean sing lullabies to the wind. Number 9. Pink Sands Beach, Bahamas. On the island of Harbor, this beach blushes beneath your feet. Tiny red coral particles mixed with powder white sand give it a soft rose hue. The water is calm, warm, and as clear as a mirror. Horses sometimes walk along the shore, their hooves silent in the sand. Bahamian conch salad, citrusy and spicy, is served nearby under colorful beach shacks. It is not just the sand that feels tender here. It is everything. Number 10. Matira Beach, Bora Bora, French Polynesia. Matira Beach feels like the edge of heaven. The water is so still, so shallow, that walking into the sea feels like entering another world. Overwater bungalows dot the horizon, but the beach itself remains quiet, lined with soft greenery and silky white sand. Locals offer fresh coconut slices and flower leis with smiles that say stay as long as you like. As the sun sets behind Mount Otomanu, the whole sky turns pink and gold, and time simply lets go. Number 11. Playa Paraiso, Mexico. In Tulum, where jungle meets sea, Playa Paraiso lives up to its name. The sand is ivory smooth, the water a perfect turquoise, and Mayan ruins sit quietly above the cliffs. You can swim beneath ancient temples and feel centuries melt away. Hammocks swing between palms, and beach bars serve chilled coconut water and tacos with fire-roasted peppers. Here, history and paradise exist in perfect harmony. Number 12. Nungwi Beach, Zanzibar, Tanzania. At the northern tip of Zanzibar, Nungwi is a meeting place of cultures and tides. Traditional dhow boats rest on crystal waters that shift from teal to indigo. At low tide, the beach stretches endlessly, revealing starfish in tidal pools. The scent of cloves and grilled lobster fills the air as locals perform taarab music by firelight. It is a place of rhythm, reflection, and beauty that arrives like a tide and stays in your memory forever. Number 13. 7 Mile Beach, Cayman Islands. This stretch of powder white sand curves gently along Grand Cayman's west coast. The water is calm, clear, and endlessly blue. Luxury resorts line the shore, but the beach remains open and relaxed. Snorkelers glide over coral reefs while beachgoers sip rum punch under sea grape trees. When the sun begins to dip, the sky explodes in color and even the locals pause to take it in. It is not just long. It is lasting. Number 14. Cala Goloritze, Sardinia, Italy. Accessible only by foot or boat, Cala Goloritze is carved into cliffs that drop dramatically into turquoise sea. The pebbled beach is crowned by a limestone arch and a needle-like spire that climbs into the sky. Hikers arrive breathless from the trail, then fall silent as the view opens before them. The water is icy clear, perfect for diving from the rocks. Italian picnic baskets appear with olives, flatbread, and sweet local figs. The simplicity is its own kind of luxury. Number 15. White Beach, Boracay, Philippines. Once a hidden gem and now world-renowned, White Beach still manages to feel personal. The sand is soft as flour, the water warm and inviting. Boats glide in with fresh catch, and every sunset is celebrated like a ceremony. Vendors walk the shore with mango ice cream and grilled skewers, while children build castles under drifting clouds. Music from beach bars hums in the distance, never overpowering. White Beach reminds you that sometimes, paradise is joy in its simplest form. Number 16. Maya Bay, Thailand. Surrounded by towering limestone cliffs, Maya Bay is a hidden sanctuary on Koh Phi Phi Lay. Famously featured in the movie The Beach, it was once overwhelmed by crowds but has now returned to a state of calm after years of conservation. The sand is soft and bright beneath your feet, the water glows like liquid jade, and long-tail boats sway gently nearby. Coral reefs bloom below the surface while monkeys chatter in the cliffs above. The moment you step off the boat, the world quiets. This is not just a beach. It is a secret the sea kept for a while. Number 17. Horseshoe Bay, Bermuda, curved like a crescent moon and glowing with soft pink sand, Horseshoe Bay sits between rugged cliffs and whispering surf. The beach is famous for its blush hue, created by tiny red coral particles mingling with the white grains. Children explore hidden coves while couples wade into gentle waves hand in hand. Bermuda shorts are worn proudly and rum swizzles are served with a wink. As you lie in the sand, the Atlantic hums a lullaby that lingers long after sunset. Number 18. Praia Dona Ana, Portugal. In the Algarve, cliffs rise like ancient castles above golden sand. Praia Dona Ana is framed by orange limestone carved into arches and caves by the ocean's hand. The water is clear and blue, with waves that glide gently to the shore. From the top of the cliffs, the view stretches endlessly along Portugal's southern coast. After swimming, find a seaside cafe and enjoy grilled sardines with lemon, crusty bread, and vinho verde as the breeze smells of salt and sun. Number 19. Anse Lazio, Seychelles. Often called one of the most beautiful beaches on earth, Anse Lazio lies at the end of a winding jungle road on Praslin Island. Giant granite boulders flank each end of the beach, their smooth shapes worn by centuries of wind and tide. The water is calm and bright, perfect for swimming and snorkeling. Beneath palm trees, you can hear the soft rustle of leaves and the distant call of tropical birds. The seafood here is caught the same morning, served with mango, lime, and love. Number 20. Boulders Beach, South Africa. This beach near Cape Town is unlike any other, not just for its granite boulders and soft sand, but for its unexpected residents. A colony of African penguins waddles along the shore, diving and sunning themselves as if posing for postcards. The beach is divided into hidden inlets and calm swimming spots, perfect for both humans and penguins alike. The water is cooler, refreshing, and clear. Afterward, try Cape Malay curry or grilled snowick fish from a nearby cafe and watch the penguins shuffle back to their nests. Number 21. Flamenco Beach, Puerto Rico. A wide crescent of white sand and turquoise water, Flamenco Beach is a Caribbean dream made real. Located on the island of Culebra, it is quiet, clean, and framed by lush hills. An old rusted tank sits at one end of the beach, now covered in art and memories. Families gather under umbrellas, kids splash in shallow surf, and the scent of fried plantains and garlic shrimp drifts on the breeze. It is warm, inviting, and full of gentle rhythm. Number 22. Spiaggia Dei Conigli, Italy. On the island of Lampedusa, closer to Africa than to mainland Italy, lies Rabbit Beach. The sand is soft, the water impossibly clear, and loggerhead turtles often nest nearby. There are no loud beach bars or jet skis, only the hush of nature and the occasional call of a seabird. Swim in the shallow bay, feel the warmth of the Mediterranean, and then enjoy a simple lunch of grilled octopus, lemony pasta, and Sicilian wine under the sun. Number 23. Hod Yuan, Thailand. Far from the full moon parties of Koh Phangan, Hod Yuan is a quiet cove reachable only by boat or jungle trail. The beach is a stretch of pale sand backed by rainforest and bungalows hidden in the trees. Yoga classes take place at sunrise and fire dancers light up the shore by night. Coconut curry simmers in beach kitchens and hammocks swing under palm leaves. It is the perfect mix of wild, spiritual, and serene. Number 24. Cable Beach, Australia. In Western Australia, Cable Beach stretches endlessly beside the Indian Ocean. The sand is soft and white, and the sunsets are legendary, fiery orange skies melting into blue sea. The most iconic sight here is a line of camels walking slowly across the shore at dusk, their shadows long on the sand. You can ride one if you wish or simply watch from a beach chair with a glass of chilled wine as the sun disappears. Number 25. Praia do Sancho, Brazil. Accessible only by ladders clinging to a cliff face, Praia do Sancho rewards every step. Once your feet touch the golden sand, you are enclosed in green cliffs and warm Atlantic surf. The water is clear enough to see turtles and rays as you snorkel. Macaws fly overhead while crabs scuttle through the sand. Few places on earth feel this untouched. And when you look back up at the cliffs, you realize you have found something rare. You have found a place where nature still holds the reins. Number 26. Diani Beach, Kenya. On Kenya's southern coast, Diani Beach stretches wide and bright beneath rows of whispering palms. The sand is silky and white, the water turquoise and calm, and the reef offshore glows with coral life. Camels walk gently along the shore, while dhows with triangular sails glide across the horizon. The culture is Swahili and the food is fragrant: grilled prawns with coconut rice, spicy samosas, and mango juices as sweet as the air is warm. Number 27. Tulum Beach, Mexico. Tulum is more than a beach, it is a feeling. The white sand seems to glow, the jungle leans close, and the ruins of a Mayan temple watch over the sea. There is incense in the breeze, hammocks under palapas, and yoga mats facing the sunrise. People come here to unplug, unwind, and rediscover stillness. At night, candlelight flickers in beachside restaurants serving ceviche with lime and mezcal poured with intention. Number 28. Champagne Beach, Vanuatu. On the island of Espiritu Santo, Champagne Beach gets its name from the way the water fizzes over the coral reef at low tide. The sand is soft, white, and untouched, and the sea feels warm like bathwater. Locals welcome you with open arms and fresh fruits served in palm leaf baskets. Under the shade of breadfruit trees, time stretches like the tide, and the only bubbles are those rising gently from the reef. Number 29. Playa Manuel Antonio, Costa Rica. Tucked inside a national park rich with wildlife, Playa Manuel Antonio is a tropical hideaway where monkeys swing above and iguanas sun themselves on rocks. The beach is wrapped in jungle and curls into itself like a secret. Sloths hang from trees and toucans flash through the canopy. Surfboards rest in the sand while coconut vendors pass with machetes and smiles. You are not just a visitor here. You are part of the ecosystem. Number 30. Napoli Beach, Myanmar. On the Bay of Bengal, Napoli is quiet, wide, and welcoming. Fishermen pull in colorful nets at dawn and children chase crabs in the afternoon. The sunsets are slow, burning gold behind bobbing boats. There are no crowds, only the scent of grilled snapper and tamarind, and the sound of waves meeting shore in a soft rhythm. It is a place that still feels like discovery. Number 31. Eagle Beach, Aruba. Home to the famous dv trees shaved by the trade winds, Eagle Beach offers soft white sand and water as clear as glass. The atmosphere is calm and uncrowded. Sea turtles nest here in season and the sunsets turn the horizon into molten amber. Palapas provide shade and local vendors serve arepas, coconut ice, and rum-soaked cakes. It is a Caribbean postcard, untouched and full of gentle beauty. Number 32. Sarakiniko Beach, Greece. On the island of Milos, Sarakiniko looks like the surface of the moon. White volcanic rock slopes into deep blue water, creating a surreal landscape of curves, cliffs, and silence. There is little sand here, just smooth stone and sky. People sunbathe in the craters, dive from ledges, and float in turquoise coves below. The simplicity of the place sharpens every sense. It is one of Greece's wildest and most photogenic treasures. Number 33. White Beach, New Zealand. Accessible only by boat or hike, White Beach lies in the Abel Tasman region and feels like it was hidden on purpose. The forest leans over golden sand and the Tasman Sea sparkles in shades of blue and green. Kayakers glide through inlets while birds call from the trees above. You might find yourself alone here, with nothing but driftwood, salt air, and a sense of peace that runs deeper than the water. Number 34. Shell Beach, Western Australia. Near Shark Bay, Shell Beach is made entirely of tiny white shells stretching for miles. There is no sand here, just billions of shells stacked so deep you sink into them with every step. The water is calm, shallow, and clear. It sparkles with salt crystals and feels otherworldly. There are no resorts nearby, just the sound of your breath and the crunch of nature's bones underfoot. Number 35. Playa Escondida, Mexico. Also called the Hidden Beach, Playa Escondida lies inside a crater on the Marietta Islands. A circular opening in the rocky ceiling lets in sunlight, while the beach itself remains concealed and sacred. You swim through a narrowed tunnel to reach it, emerging into a secret world of silence, shadow, and sea. Only a few people are allowed each day, making the experience feel like entering a temple carved by the ocean itself. Number 36. Bailos Lagoon, Crete, Greece. Where the Aegean kisses the Libyan Sea, Bailos forms a natural lagoon of white sand and shallow turquoise water. Pink coral fragments tint the shoreline and wild goats roam the rocky cliffs above. Reaching it requires a dusty hike or a small boat ride, but the reward is silence, stillness, and water so clear it feels sacred. The sun hits the sand like a soft spotlight and time dissolves in the heat. Number 37. Trunk Bay, U.S. Virgin Islands. Famous for its underwater snorkeling trail, Trunk Bay is framed by rainforest and sea grape trees. The sand is a brilliant white and the water glows with Caribbean clarity. Schools of fish dart through coral gardens and the scent of hibiscus drifts in the wind. The rhythm here is slow. You walk barefoot, eat mango from the peel, and watch as pelicans skim across the surface like dancers. Number 38. GJP Beach, Albania. Tucked at the end of a narrow canyon, GJP is one of Europe's best-kept secrets. The sand is golden and coarse, the cliffs dramatic and steep. Getting there requires a short hike through pine and stone, but when you arrive, the Ionian Sea stretches endlessly before you. Campers set up beneath olive trees and dinners are simple: grilled fish, fresh tomatoes, and reiki sipped under stars. Number 39. Papakolea Green Sand Beach, Hawaii, USA. One of only 4 green sand beaches in the world, Papakolea owes its olive color to volcanic olivine crystals. The beach is located at the southern tip of the Big Island and requires a rugged hike across lava fields. The ocean here is fierce and the land feels ancient. It is not a place for crowds. It is a place to marvel at Earth's hidden palette and the quiet power of geology. Number 40. Praia Dona Ana, Portugal. With towering sea arches and honey-colored cliffs, Praia Dona Ana is a masterpiece sculpted by wind and water. The sand is golden and the Atlantic stretches out in deep blue contrast. Staircases carved into rock lead to secret coves and tide pools. Traditional fishing boats bob offshore and beachgoers enjoy grilled sardines, vinho verde, and the sounds of waves echoing through stone. Number 41. Noosa Main Beach, Australia. A perfect crescent of calm sea and golden sand, Noosa is where the Australian spirit meets the Pacific breeze. Families gather under umbrellas, surfers glide along gentle breaks, and cafes spill onto the street with avocado toast and flat whites. Behind the beach, a national park trails into eucalyptus forest. You might spot koalas sleeping in the trees or dolphins racing along the shore. Number 42. Salima Beach, Portugal. Once a sleepy fishing village, Salima still holds its charm. Boats rest on sand that gently drops into blue Atlantic surf. Dinosaur footprints mark nearby cliffs and the streets are lined with whitewashed cottages. There are no big hotels, just seafood shacks serving octopus salad, grilled sardines, and pastries dusted with cinnamon. It is Portugal at its most peaceful. Number 43. Playa Norte, Isla Mujeres, Mexico. Just off the coast of Cancun, Playa Norte feels like another world. The water is impossibly shallow and warm, the sand white and soft. Palm trees lean low over beach chairs and sunsets paint the sky in lavender. You can walk 100 feet into the sea and still be waist deep. Snorkelers drift above coral and waiters bring margaritas to the water's edge. It is joy, distilled. Number 44. Praia do Camilo, Portugal. Nestled between orange cliffs with a wooden staircase descending to the shore, Praia do Camilo feels intimate and majestic all at once. The beach is small, the waves gentle, and the rock formations natural gates to the sea. It is one of those places where silence feels sacred. Swimmers pass under arches, sunbathers lie between boulders, and the scent of grilled piri-piri chicken floats down from the cliffs. Number 45. Red Sand Beach, Rabida Island, Galapagos. Red sand meets green cactus and volcanic black stone. This beach on Rabida Island is a visual shock, a collision of colors rarely seen in nature. Sea lions bask in the sun, crabs scuttle across the shore, and frigate birds soar above. You are not just on a beach. You are inside a living science museum where nature still writes the rules. Number 46. Mae, Anse Intendance, Seychelles. Anse Intendance is a wild beach, wide and open, with turquoise water crashing against white sand. Palms frame the shore and turtles nest in season. There are no barriers here, only the rhythm of the sea and the pulse of wind through jungle. It is raw, untamed, and breathtaking. Number 47. Playa de las Catedrales, Spain. Low tide. This beach reveals soaring rock arches carved by centuries of waves. Walking through them feels like wandering into a Gothic cathedral sculpted by the ocean. The sand is fine and cool, the water blue and brisk. Locals come for sunrise when the light fills the arches like stained glass. Number 48. Secret Beach, Kauai. Hawaii. You hike through forest and descend steep trails to reach this hidden cove. Waves crash loudly, cliffs rise on both sides, and the sand is deep golden. You may find yourself completely alone except for the roar of the Pacific and the whisper of wind in the trees. It is wild and unforgettable. Number 49. Praia do Rosa, Brazil. Popular with surfers and free spirits, Praia do Rosa curls around a bay backed by green hills. The energy is youthful and laid back. People play guitar around beach fires, sip coconut water, and ride horses at sunset. It is a place to meet strangers and leave with stories. Number 50. Cala Goloritze, Menorca, Spain. Last on our list but never forgotten, Cala Goloritze is a cove of turquoise water and white sand framed by pine trees and limestone cliffs. Accessible by footpath through the forest, it feels like a reward. The sea is warm, the breeze soft, and the moment eternal. So what makes a beach truly stunning? Is it the color of the water or the curve of the bay? Maybe it is the feeling you get when the sand touches your feet and everything slows down. These 50 beaches are not just beautiful. They are alive with spirit, shaped by time, and waiting for you to find them. If this video inspired your next adventure, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another journey across the world. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next shoreline.